Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everyone listening, of course, this is the greatest podcast of all time, The Spot. And I'm one of your hosts, Yeezy Yon. And out here,
Hey, Mighty Young, y'all.
yeet. And we starting it big, we starting it strong. Unfortunately, we're talking about the finale of Ghost, the part one finale in 2 months in September. What is it, 9th, 7th, whatever it is. It's September.
September
We're,
6th, I believe.
we're going to get the second half of Ghost, which is 5 episodes, which is the last 5 episodes of this book. So, we'll see what happens there. They're gonna have to wrap up a lot of stories quickly. And I'm just gonna say this right now. Don't you know when shows rush? I can't list any specifics right now. When shows rush the finale or something because they're like, oh shit, we didn't resolve like these three plot lines real quick. You know what I mean?
Oh man, those be the worst, bro. That's
It's
why
frustrating.
but I mean, with mid-season finales, I don't really get too hung up on them because most of them, I mean, in my opinion, I would hope that they would all tie up in the end by episode 10. By the finale, series finale. Season finale.
It's just that, I mean, yeah, with the series finale, I mean, the last 5 episodes are crucial. You want everything. You just don't want like everything to be resolved in one episode. You know what I mean? You kind of want to spread out throughout those 5 episodes, and like I said, 5 episodes is a short amount of time to end a show with so many questions, and you never know. I mean, shows are actually good at doing that, but again, it could be frustrating at times when shows just end because it's just ending and you don't really get a conclusion to certain things, and it's like, oh, leave it up to the fans. You know what I mean? I hate that.
No, that's the worst, bro. That stuff literally be the worst.
Sopranos is that prime example. If you know, you know. But let's focus back on Ghost here. But yeah, basically episode 5 just starts out with the post like hookup scene, I guess, of Anya, Noma's daughter, and Tariq. And basically, as they're just kind of talking, Tariq's trying to say, "What's up? What's your move?" And she just thought it was a hookup and moves on. And basically, from that point, she's just, "I'll see you later. I'll talk to you later," that kind of thing. And then next scene, we see Brayden, and I keep forgetting her name, but she's the one who's like in the rap group, but is just like singing or
El-
rapping.
Ellie, I forgot her name.
Yeah, but she's using a lot of drugs, basically. Well, cocaine mainly. She's just snorting it all the time. And she tries to tell Brayden like she just has a problem, like, and uses this as an excuse. And I'll say, knowing past addicts, that is just one of their general excuses. They use medication as a coping mechanism and say, oh, it's just this. It's because of this. My doctor said this. Like, did your doctor actually say this? Or basically, she's just kind of trying to get Brayden to understand her and in a weird way manipulate him, which it's not a bad thing, but at the same time, it's like, Brayden, we just kind of want you to not fall for her tricks.
Yeah. And then you know how it is with Brayden, this is falling into one of the power parallels, like back in the OG Power season 3 with Tommy and Holly. Just the same thing, like I mean, she wasn't really making them use, but Tommy, whenever he was depressed, he would use. Like a 17-year-old girl. Like after that, he would, what's it called? After that, he would, what's it called? Tommy would usually like go crazy, he would rage out. Or sometimes whenever he would do something, he would, if he would have to do something that's like that traumatizes him, he would partake in taking coke. But yeah, man, like Brayden's girl is just she's all over the place, man. She's not good for him right now.
No, honestly. And then basically straight transition over to the Tejada family dinner minus Lorenzo. They're basically sitting there, and Kane's like, he basically tells Diana off saying, you need to get rid of that baby. It's a curse, especially if you're hanging out with the man who basically, he walks down the breakfast or dinner, whatever it was, and basically Monet is just trying to reunite the family. And Diana's kind of like, leaning on it. But Drew's just like, nah, I don't want a part of it, but fuck it, I'll give you a chance.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Drew. He's not gonna forgive. I feel like he's the one that suffered the most because of Gordo. Because of Everett. It's just a whole lot of things that happened to him. Yeah, bro. Like it's like I feel like he's gonna take it to heart, bro, because he's one of those guys, bro. especially with Monet. Monet, she's just a self-destructive person. Especially we've been seeing the flashbacks of how her and her kids have always been, how she's always like had them in the game. Like, isn't it weird?
Yeah, no, she's had him just in the game for such a long time that's kind of really hard to like. I mean, they want to leave it, and she doesn't want to let them go. It's weird.
Yeah, definitely, man. It's like, wow. It's like they're old enough. They should be old enough to make their own decisions. But it's like with the Tejada family structure, you know, the way their family structure is, it's like hard for them to just leave without any wounds, you know?
Exactly. But briefly moving on, basically Braden and Tariq are just chatting up in the room, and basically Tariq just tells Braden about Anya, and Braden's kind of freaking out and like, hey, are you sure this is a good idea? And Tariq is basically saying, yeah, but it's basically playing with fire because the woman wants him dead, and he's basically sleeping with her daughter. It's pretty much a risky scenario. So it's like, Tariq, you're playing with fire right now. Do something else.
Yeah. But I mean, at the same time, Tariq, he's not going to stop until he gets his revenge. Remember, he said, Noma, Drew, Kane, they're all going to get it. I think he said that like word by word, right? Word for word.
Yeah, I think in like the first episode or something like that. But yeah, basically he's out for blood. He wants to become that apex predator.
He's trying to finally become his pops.
Yep, take the good and the bad from him and use it up a little.
That's the only way he's going to get the upper hand on these people.
Yep, just like he mentions at the end of this episode. But briefly, yeah. So basically, Tariq and Braden just kind of have to make that brief plan of how to kind of maneuver without Noma making any detections on their drug business in the whole club scene. The only issue is when Anya drops a coke bag and tells Noma that she got it from like the Stansfield party. She puts two and two together and immediately thinks it's either Effie or Tariq. Quick answer, obviously it's Tariq, and she realizes it because she talks to Effie, asks her, Effie says nothing, and then Noma realizes it's Tariq, but Effie doesn't want to snitch on Tariq because she has some loyalty, which is still respectful. Kind of like that.
Yeah, and also the way Effie kind of looked at Noma, it kind of gave Noma the idea that it was Tariq because Effie really didn't want to snitch out Tariq, but Noma knew that. She said, you know what? For some reason, she doesn't want to tell me. And I think she still has feelings for Tariq. So yeah, it's crazy that Effie she's still, she's going with Kane and then she's falling for Tariq. It's a weird dynamic.
No, she does what's best for her at the end of the day.
That's facts. That is facts. That's how Effie's always been built.
But at the same time, Diana and Tariq are talking about the baby. What's going to happen, the future, the game, and, just how are they going to live life? And Tariq is just saying that he can still balance it like his dad did. He's going to try. That doesn't satisfy Diana, though. She doesn't want to be a part of it. She's not trying to bring a family in that. Her new baby, she does not want that.
Yeah, Diana wants to be in a drug-free environment. She wants to be in a crime-free environment. She wants to end the curse, which is understandable, which is exactly what James St. Patrick wanted when he was trying to run for lieutenant governor. He wanted Tariq to go to college. He wanted Tariq to turn himself in so he could break the curse. But, we see Tariq, he didn't want to do that. So I feel like Diana, she wants to break the curse, but she feels like having this baby is going to do that.
This is her chance.
Yep, this is her chance, finally.
This is their way out the game. Remember, they were going to use Zeke as a way out.
Yeah. They were going to use Zeke going to the league. Monet had this full retirement plan without Lorenzo. Wow, Monet has always had devious ideas. It's crazy.
Exactly.
Like, she's always been trying to find an angle.
Yeah, I do want to add. Um, I think they're saving up a lot of characters for the second half because we have yet to see Simon Stern. We have yet to
Facts.
see Shaw Tate.
Facts.
Who else am I missing? I know I'm missing someone else.
Uh, we haven't seen much of Effie. I feel like we're gonna see more Effie in part two.
True. I think in the trailer that she has a gun pointed at her by what I assume, and I think people on the internet also, is the female cop in Carter's group task force.
Who knows? What if it's Tariq? That'll be crazy. Or Kane. Or Braden. Braden and Effie are beefing, right?
I think just a goofy kind of beef, you know what I mean? Not too serious.
I mean, they did. The last time we seen Braden and Effie in the same vicinity was during that shootout in the end of season 3, correct?
Pretty much.
And they were shooting at each other.
That's why I think in the previous episode, Braden got annoyed that Tariq was working with Epi. Remember to spread that thing about Zion? Well, being the plug and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because, but he should know that Tariq, he moves like his dad. If it benefits him, he's gonna work. He's loyal to his own cause, like Ghost.
Exactly.
Which is, that's what Tommy once said to Tariq back in the OG Power.
I don't know. Ghost is all about family at the end of the day, but you're right about the loyal to his own cause. That man wanted to be governor so bad.
So fucking bad. So bad, bro. His desire for wanting to become governor, from wanting to want all the power, bro. He wanted to like run New York, bro, in the most corrupt, in the most like corporate way, but he can't. And the lifestyle he lived, bro, where he grew up, like the circumstances just wouldn't let him, bro. It was sad.
And stuff possibly getting out about him.
That's what I'm saying. It's just sad, It's sad that he couldn't. He couldn't get over that hump, bro. Just imagine, bro, him living and becoming lieutenant governor. That would have he would have been unstoppable. I'm sorry. He would have been on top of the world if that was the case. But
And he was protected by the DNC, the Democratic Party. So they were talking him up good, protecting him, giving him all juicy info and stuff. Crazy. Ghost as governor would have been wild.
Yeah, bro. That would have been some crazy shit.
But basically, just briefly back to Ghost here. Tariq and Braden link up with Davis, give him his money, move on with life. We still see Davis kind of in a rut in between stuff because he can't pay them or afford it. So we're going to see the rise of Davis here in a bit.
Yeah, no, I'm already knowing, bro. Davis, he's just only beginning. He's working with Noma. He's working with Tariq. He's working with Zion. While he, where is it?
He's getting that money.
He's getting that money. He is getting that fucking money, bro. Mm-hmm. It's crazy. He's making hand over fist. Especially since he's suspended. He has to make but he has to make it, man. He's going through his divorce right now. His wife's taking half of his shit. The government, in the case, is taking all of his shit. So now he has to make the money, man. He has to go underworld. He has to get underground.
Hey, what they say? Cheese loves his cheese.
Yep. He's going cheese mode now.
But
it's crazy.
No, yeah, he's got 3 faucets of income. He's got Tariq. He's got Noma, because I'm sure Noma's paying him.
Facts.
I guess anyone else he's representing, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Because he's still
through that one girl, right?
Who?
Through that one girl. So I'm sure the Tejadas is still paying him, right?
Yeah, in some degree. Yeah, for retainer. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Davis is still getting his back in.
He's still, and plus, like I said, he knows a lot of people he represented, so he's still got some connections and stuff. So that's kind of cool, as a defense lawyer being that good and stuff.
That's true.
But
That's true.
then the scene between Zion and Braden, when Braden just comes over to do a drop off at a pickup, I guess, you know what I mean? And Zion kind of gets deep, kind of talks about trust and what it means. And he kind of just stares in Braden's soul, trying to wonder who is competing against Zion in the drug game.
Yeah, because the Russians got product out of nowhere, right?
Suddenly, yeah. He's just like, why do they not want Zion suddenly? You know, why who else is here? And he kind of, like I said, he stares into Braden's soul. He kind of asks him like who, you know, he needs to know, otherwise we can't do business anymore. And Braden, in an interestingly way, like he did it on purpose, basically, he said it was Noma. He told him about Noma, basically, and went from there. Some Brit
Yeah,
named Noma.
he said this didn't come from me. He said it's not gonna come from you. So as long as Braden can trust that Zion can, you know, make sure that Braden stays away from this, it's gonna be good. You know, it's as long as you know, that's good for Braden. You know, he gave him that information. But I don't know. I feel like Zion kind of punked him into giving him that information. But I mean, I don't know. We'll see how far it gets Braden and Tariq.
At the end of the day, Zion's interesting, but I can't see him being a full-on power play character. Maybe
Yeah,
him and Kane run shit. You never know.
you never know. You never know.
Sorry, I was chewing a chip there. but,
I know you're good.
but basically, you know, Zion's just the type of person to watch out for because he's an interesting. He reminds me of Unique from Raising Canaan, which we'll discuss, and I'm sure everyone's gonna notice soon. But he's that character that's like he's the main character, but he's not the main character. I don't know how to explain it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I guess the focal point, like Zion. I mean, anyway. Like, I can kind of see him in that role anyway.
Yeah, no, definitely. I could definitely see him playing a role like that too. You never know how the writers are gonna play it out.
It's like one of those the major minor character. I don't know how to explain it, but basically, Noma and Kane pull up to Tariq's party, and they're trying to walk him out. You know, they're like, "Hey, let's do this. I'm gonna kill you right now." Like, because first off, Noma's pissed off that he went after his daughter, or her daughter. You know,
That was before that, I think.
what do you mean?
Oh, you're talking about at first. You're talking about episode one.
No, 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 no. I'm talking about because she got the coke bag from her bag, so that's why he's just
Oh, yeah, yeah, during the party because she was at a Stansfield party. Okay,
yeah,
okay, you're right. You're right.
exactly. So I mean, obviously her anger comes from Tariq not only selling, but also selling to her daughter, you know what I mean, of all people.
Exposing her daughter to the Stansfield product. Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
And Tariq takes advantage of the situation when he sees, you know, Anya walking in and pretends to not know Noma. And Noma's like, hey, we were leaving. Let's go, you know. And Anya's just like, no, I'm not leaving. Like, what the fuck's going on? And Tariq takes full advantage of the situation. It's like, this is your mom? Nah, I didn't know that was her, but, you know, she could stay. It's just, we got an age limit on this place. You know what I mean? And Noma's just kind of there staring. It's like, you little, like, she's staring like into his face. Like, I'm going to fucking murder you. You know what I mean? She has that look on her face type shit. And she just
And
sees Anya, and Kane's like, you know, I'll see you soon, nigga. Like, fuck.
yeah, no, it's crazy because like, it's crazy the moment like I saw Noma and Kane. They were confronting Tariq about the situation, about the party, about the product. When they were walking him out, I was like, oh, dang it, bro. I was like, what the heck? I was just kind of mad. The moment I seen Anya, like in his direction, I said, oh, yeah, it's over. I knew what Tariq was going to do. Yeah, I knew he was going to definitely James St. Patrick the situation, and that's what he did.
Yeah, took it full advantage, and he went sociopath mode a little bit and changed up. You know, he did a little tone switch and didn't, you know, turn off his gangster. Like, Anya, this is your mother? Oh, I'm so sorry. You know what I mean? He had this such politeness to him.
Oh, man, bro. That was genius. That was genius.
Man, do you want to talk about what happens backstage when Tariq goes to tell Braden?
Oh yeah. You're talking about when Tariq was trying to find Braden because after the Noma situation, that kind of freaked out Tariq. Now he knows he has a situation on his hands with Tariq, with Noma and Braden, with Noma and and Kane on his head now. After the truce is fucked up a little bit, so he finds Braden snorting that coke, man. So we see Tariq. He's just telling Braden, "Oh man, what the fuck are you doing? No, Noma was just here with Kane. Now they're gonna try to kill us. This, that." And then after that, he sees Braden's girlfriend, and then as she's hearing the conversation, she tells Tariq, "You don't have to leave. I know everything." And then Tariq gets fucking pissed. He says, "What the fuck?" And then Braden says, "Oh, she's not gonna say shit." He said, "Oh, man, she figured it out," knowing damn well he was pillow talking, which is crazy. And then Tariq is just trying to tell Braden, trying to convince him that the moment he breaks up with her, she's gonna open her fucking mouth. And then after that, he tells her, honestly, you're a fucking drug addict and I can't trust you. Honestly. Which, I mean, this is an honest answer, but,
Mm-hmm.
we see Braden, Braden is just pissed. He's saying, man, this, that, my life is in shambles, And Tariq is saying, well, every time my life is in shambles, you see me, I take it on the chin. Braden, he's a privileged, even though Tariq was privileged, Tariq went through a lot, like during his time as a kid. And then we see Braden, he's just saying, I'm not you, so it's just like, yeah, Tariq is just like, okay, whatever. And then Braden, him and his girl, she's convinced, convincing Braden that Tariq is just selfish, which is fucking crazy.
Yeah. Mm.
The shit is nuts. It's like, wow.
They both have a
It's
right
like,
to feel the way they do, but Braden's a little out of line and out of pocket for bringing an outsider into their world.
literally, like, he just met her and he don't even go to the school.
No, for real. Bro, he's that guy that got kicked out of school but just hangs around the freshmen or some shit, bro. Weirdo.
I'm like, what the hell is this guy doing, bro? Like, he's really, 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 wow. This man is sprung over this girl.
And no one says anything. It's wild.
And Tariq's trying to talk sense into him, but he's not trying to hear it, huh?
No, for some reason he just ain't.
Shit's crazy, bro.
Now Tariq's gonna definitely have to save him from her, you know, but it will definitely take some time. And kind of continue more with the whole Drew and Monet story, trying to recover their like relationship. And it takes a lot of words getting back together, but Monet just staples the point. Like she's just trying to get the family back together, and she's trying to get this business up and running and all this stuff. And Drew's just he's hesitant, but Monet needs family, and Drew's all she got. And Drew says, "Fuck it, I'll do it. Let's go get product."
Yeah, you know, Drew, he finally caves in to his mother's needs, which I knew he was gonna do at some point. They weren't gonna stay mad at each other.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, you know how the Tejadas are they have a very interesting family dynamic. Very interesting.
None. Drew, he's kind of playing it interestingly smart. He's not wanting to do anything more than just this one time score. Like he's gonna get this one time payout, get the cut, and then quit and go do art. And you know, he'll take Monet seriously and be a family if she actually lets him go ahead. Which is
Yeah,
fair.
uh, definitely fair, which is fair. Which is it's a good compromise, between the family members.
No, Drew's definitely been loyal to the very end. He's been trying to get out, but family forces him in. Now this season, he's gonna have to get out.
That's the only way he's gonna have a chance at having a good life, is if he gets out. Same thing with Diana, but it don't look like they're gonna get out, in my opinion. If you ask me.
Honestly, with how everything's shaping up, it's very hard to say. But basically, I keep forgetting her name. Ellie? Is that her?
Yeah, Ellie, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot how to say her name.
Basically, though, yeah, Braden's girl, whatever, she tells Braden that she gave Tariq LSD or acid. She drugged him, and basically a few drops in his water type shit, which is a lot. Drops are a lot, and so Braden's like freaking the fuck out. Like that's not cool. You don't just drug someone. Blah blah blah. And
Especially someone that's a lightweight like Tariq.
yeah, and she's trying to justify it, and it's just like what you call it. Why am I blanking on his name? That
It was the same thing. Riley.
yeah, Riley. Why am I blanking on her?
Yep.
Who was her uncle?
Back in season 1 of Ghost 2 when Riley drugged. She was trying to drug Braden, but she accidentally drugged Tariq.
But
And
what
he
was her uncle? The
crazy.
prosecutor.
Sax.
Oh my God, Sax. Why am I blanking, man? Oh man, I'm blanking on Sax. We haven't seen Sax in a while. I forgot about him. But yeah, no, with Sax and Riley though, that kind of thing. So that dynamic kind of fit in a little bit. But yeah, Tariq was tripping. He was thinking about his life, if he continued it, his kid with Diana, his life, if he's able to keep doing what he's gonna do. Then he has that little flashback scene with how he killed Ghost, except Ghost doesn't actually appear in here. It's Tariq facing himself, which we can assume this has different meanings to it. One take I was gonna say is it's Tariq's son, but they just use the image of Tariq because he's doing the same exact thing he was gonna do, and Tariq now has to face himself, and it's just a bunch of crazy shit.
This is crazy. He's playing mind games with himself, but now it's giving him clarity of what he needs to do.
He just wants to be in the game.
It's gonna set the tone for the second half of the season for Tariq. I feel like this second half of the season he's gonna succeed.
He has to. He's the main character.
Yeah, whether I feel like however it ends for everyone else, Tariq is gonna win. But I don't know. Maybe he's gonna lose. It might end in a L. You never know. But he's still young. That's the thing. He's
Yeah.
hella young.
Isn't he like 18?
He's like 19 or 20.
Ridiculous. Wait, in the span of book 2, season 1 through 4, has it only been like 1 year?
A year and a half or two. So a year and a half, something like that. I don't know. 2 maybe. I honestly don't know. They're shitty with timelines. It's
I'm trying
weird.
to imagine if Tasha's court case and going into WITSEC and all that shit happened all within a year. I'm like, that's some fast shit,
Hella fast. That'll be crazy.
But basically, Braden tells Tariq when he kind of recovers, and Tariq's like he wakes up under his bed. Braden tells him that's just some prank that's been going around campus. Because obviously Tariq would be pissed if he found out that Braden's girl drugged him with acid. Like pissed.
That's true. He would no. If Braden told Tariq the truth, it would be raps. When Tariq finds out the truth, it's going to be raps. Like
But yeah, we
it's
know
gonna be over.
he's gonna find out.
Yeah, I feel like Tariq's gonna find out soon. He will. It's only a matter of time.
Yeah, we don't know how, but these writers are creative sometimes with how we know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But basically, Drew kind of just rounds up some soldiers. It's real quick, and Monet and them are driving off. But before we touch that on their drug bust they're about to go on, we see an interesting power dynamic that's going on. It's Noma, who's sitting down with the this I forgot his name, but he's like the business contractor dude, Wiley Adams or something like that. He's like
Yeah, The guy, the Wiley Adams guy, yeah.
He's a guy who has connections basically and can give Noma immigration status, business is legitimate, that kind of thing, and he runs shit basically. And they're at a dinner table, but then the waitress comes in and says, "I have to move you. Sorry, you two can't sit here. This is a permanently reserved table." And Zion comes in and sits down at his table while Noma and Wiley are there.
That was crazy. Zion came out of nowhere. He fucked up Monet's party. I mean, he fucked up Noma's party.
That was a power move, low key.
Yeah, Zion was trying to assert his dominance. I was like, okay, Zion, he's trying to, he's trying to take that business. He's trying to get that business back.
Mm-hmm. He's trying to make a point about property. Like, he owns spots that she can't just go in.
Yeah. Zion, he's trying to show her who's boss.
He's got to remind them, you know what I mean? And the man's got money. We assume that. Like, the man's got money.
Yeah, the man's rich.
But Wiley's just kind of there. And it's kind of funny to think about. He's just... Imagine he just gets got because he hears the wrong thing, you know what I mean? Or sees the wrong thing.
I could see that happening.
Man. It's going to be interesting because, you know what I mean? He's been introduced for the past 2 episodes so far. So they're really putting him on as like a good, side character who's probably going to be relevant somehow.
Yeah. I feel like Wiley, he's going to be very relevant to how Noma, like the export business, the immigration, deportation, all that. I feel like he's going to play a vital role in that, I feel like. We'll see.
But no, yeah. Noma's pissed, goes to talk to Kane, says, "Yo, what the fuck? Who's Zion?" Then they go to meet Zion basically in his fight pit because she.
And then wasn't Davis there too? Davis was also saying he was trying, and then she said, me and Kane will take care of Zion. Davis will take care of Wiley."
Pretty much, but then Kane kind of alters that and says, "Nah, I'll go. Just me and you."
Yeah, to go to Zion, and then Davis went to Wiley.
Yep.
I think. Yeah. That's what happened. And then, as you were saying with Zion, they went to visit Zion.
So I'm just chewing on more chips. But yeah, basically they went to go meet Zion, and Noma is just trying to understand the underworld, so to say, like stuff that's below her, so she sees. And Kane's just all used to it. He understands it. He's been there before. All that shit. It's a fight pit. Nothing too serious. I mean, Kane goes in, Zion goes in, get a little fight going, and they're fighting. Kane. If you know Kane, he's a fighter, so the fight's pretty intense. Zion basically is getting his ass whooped, in my opinion. Most people's opinion, I can assume as well.
Literally, you could definitely see that.
But after that, you see Zion getting I think it's a pair of brass knucks from someone outside of the cage. They just socked Kane in the stomach. And obviously the referee person, managing it, whatever you want to say, he saw it and called a DQ on Zion, which is just hilarious. But
that was crazy. That was a quick way to end the fight. I was like, wow. Even though Kane was winning the fight, I mean, he was getting the upper hand, but man, I wish they were able to let us see the fight get finished,
They might have a fist fight again. Settle it, round 2.
Oh, that'll be lit.
Except one of them's gonna die.
If it goes to the end, if that happens, that'll fight to the death. That'll be crazy.
It's gonna be.
Just imagine that.
Throw Tommy in the mix.
Oh, Tommy's gonna fuck shit up.
No, I can't.
Tommy's definitely gonna fuck shit up if you say Tommy. Tommy in that fight club is gonna be like a whole nother level.
No, I got some murders there. All
No,
someone's got to do
definitely.
is mention Holly.
Oh, he's gonna go ape shit, bro. What are you talking about?
You're done. Like,
He's
oh
gonna
yeah,
go
Tommy,
nuts,
how's your kid?
bro. He's gonna go nuts. That guy's gonna go crazy.
But basically, real quick, focus on it. Braden and Tariq is talking, playing the next moves, and they got to know what's up. It's one of those like it's like you said, like mid-season finale. It's just kind of wrapping up everything, where it makes you feel like the season's ending, which it basically is for 2 months. But they're just connecting and plotting the next moves and what they can and can't do. And Tariq's just saying it's all about my family at the end of the day, man. I got to get serious. We got to get serious. And in some ways, it's like a motivational thing for Braden as well because he's ready too. They're ready to
That's facts.
they got to throw all their chips in at this point.
Yeah, at this point they got no choice. They got to go all in.
Just one of those things. And we get an interesting, like, now there was a little clip scene where Carter's in his house, just doing regular life stuff, just normal stuff. And he's talking to who we believe is himself. Then after that, we see that he's kissing a photo goodbye. We can assume for sure that it's his wife that he lost to the
Yeah,
gang.
Denise.
Yep, it's a
Yep.
casualty.
I was like, damn, this guy is crazy. He's talking to his dead wife, bro. I was like, oh man, this guy is sick in the head.
No,
I
this
knew he was gonna be a problem.
it's funny. Those photos, like that photo was zoomed in on with the camera angle. I feel like it expected us to know who it was. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was his wife. I was like, dang, his
Yeah.
wife that he lost.
All right, I wanted to add my friend's my friend's so stupid. You know what he told me?
What he said?
He said, he's like, imagine. First off, he said, He said if someone else was on the photo, you want to know who?
Who?
He said Tasha.
What the heck?
I'm like, yo, that would mean this man is literally crazy because he goes to get pills in the beginning or some shit. You know what I mean? From the mirror. So it's like, yo, this man is crazy. Like, you know what I mean?
Well,
No,
that's wild, bro. That is freaking wild.
no. I was just saying,
That's crazy.
basically the whole gist was it'd be funny if you put in a character that we knew didn't die the way he's saying. You know what I mean? Like if if he just had that, it's like, bro, you weren't even married to them. What? It's like complete fuckery. But all aside though, basically Diana and Tariq, they're talking about their plans, and Tariq's like, "Yeah, I kind of want to do this with the kid. Let's do this. We gotta get rid of dead weight, the game, everything like that." And takes him. Basically, Diana invites Tariq to go with her to the not the X-rays, but like the baby. What do they call it? Is it a sonogram? Is that what it's called?
Sonogram.
Yeah.
Sonogram, I believe.
Yeah. So basically, go get a sonogram, and they go see the baby in there, and unfortunately, you know what I mean. As they're talking in there as well, they kind of like get into a little not argument, but Tariq's thinking like he can be like his dad, balance the game and family, but do it better, you know. But Diana's not about that. She doesn't want Tariq to rationalize it. You know what I mean? He's trying to rationalize quitting the addiction, which is the game.
Yeah, and then it doesn't look like he has any intentions of just stopping altogether, and she doesn't want that. She doesn't want any of that around when the baby's born.
Nope, not at all. She's trying to, like I said, she's trying to be away from that entirely and completely, and no other way around it. Basically, she doesn't want to work with it at all, which is totally fine to her credit. You know what I mean?
No, definitely. I mean, it makes sense. She doesn't. It's a curse. She doesn't want to be around the curse. She wants the curse to end.
No, it's just one of those things, and we're gonna just have to hope. But basically, nearing the end of the episode here. Before we get into that part, Noma, I was gonna say Monet, Noma and Davis basically chatted up at Noma's place about everything being handled with not Davis, handled by Wiley. Everything all good on his end. It's all squared away. And Noma now sees the perfection in Davis, so she offers him a glass of wine and they just straight fuck. Get to
Yeah, yeah. Davis is getting with Monoma. You know, Kane is getting with Noma. It's going to be an interesting dynamic when they find out when Kane finds out about this.
You said the word, yeah. No, you said what I was gonna say. Yeah, no. Kane finding out about this is gonna be interesting because I know Davis knows. I'm pretty sure Davis doesn't give a fuck if Kane is plowing Noma, but it's just interesting how he's getting at it still.
Yeah, it's hella interesting, bro. It's crazy. It's a crazy dynamic, a triangle they're all in. It's wild.
But then basically Drew, two or three other henchmen, and Monet, they go to pick off. Who was it that they were clipping? They're trying to
I
get the.
believe they're gonna rob a plug. I think off of Noma's,
That's what I
one of
was
Noma's
thinking.
plugs.
Yeah, exactly. So they were about to just go hit him up, stick him up type of shit. And you know what I mean? Like it's successful. They shoot up the van, shoot up the people. They about to secure the drugs and shit. And so Carter's fucking team pulls up on all of them. And straight to the point, really. There was not, I mean, there was a lot of talking, but it was kind of straightforward. He says he'll let them do their drug dealing, he'll let them make money, do their thing, but at the same time, no civilian casualties whatsoever. Not even, and he says it's literally a drop of blood. And the reason he's negotiating like this is because, well, Monet made a point that why would you just take us to jail? He said, well, you guys will just be out real quick and go do the same thing over, which to his credit, I'm sure he knows about Davis. You know what I mean? So Davis
That's
is
true.
I mean, he's not an official license lawyer, but he knows that if Davis is associated with them, he's gonna do what he's got the connection. So it's just one of those things. Carter's playing wisely, but he proves his point here by looking at his cop buddy and saying, "Hey," he looks at one of Drew's muscle, one of the people they hired real quick to help him steal the stuff, and says that, "Yeah, you look familiar. Like you look like you killed this one 18-year-old boy, a few years ago. I never forget a face." And for a moment, I couldn't tell if Carter was making some shit up, but then it kind of dinged. The guy did have a guilty face, so Carter just shot him right there. And
Yeah,
Drew and Monet were shocked. They're like, "What the actual fuck?" Like this is not the plan. Like what the hell? But Carter says, "No, see, just listen to what I said. Do not hurt any civilians. You can sell your drugs, but we get a 35% cut." And
yeah. That's a crazy cut,
that
but
was
it's
wild. He's like, "I gotta take care of my peoples." And Drew was just like, "What if I report you?" And of course, Carter's partner just kind of laughs in the background. It's like, this is New York's finest cop. Who's not gonna take his word for it? And I'm just gonna say this right now, right then and there, when he said New York's finest cop, I thought of Rashad Tate. I said,
same here.
they're gonna Rashad Tate gonna have to step in now at this point, bro. You can't be this guy Carter has been using Tate's name, saying green cards this, green cards that. I don't know the connection because he's not. Notice how he hasn't gone after Tate. He's only going after people he knows he can get because he knows
That's true.
he can't get Rashad. He's protected by the DNC.
Pretty much. Yeah, you can't do nothing with Rashad.
So now, but remember, we got Kamal in the mix. He's in Carter's group or task force, and this is where he finds out that he doesn't know about this deal yet. So far as we know, but earlier we know that Carter does run shady by operating his task force in boroughs are not allowed to legally, but he breaks the rules because criminals do it, which is, you're not supposed to do that. It's like saying, oh, he breaks a crime, I get to break a crime, or commit a crime. Sorry. And
That's true.
it's just one of those things where Carter, he's basically getting away with it in a way. I mean, he's doing something though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's facts. He doing something.
But I definitely smell Rashad Tate coming into the picture ASAP, and he's gonna have to put Carter in his place. If not Carter, like I said, I'm calling it now. It's gonna be Tate, and not Tate. It's gonna be whatchamacallit, Stephen Ott. I'm calling that. Gotta bring
Yeah, no,
up
same here.
to.
Yeah, they gotta stop it, while they can, so they gotta get the biggest influence.
I mean, hey, like I said, Tate. I'm pretty sure we'll see episode 6 open with him somehow. We'll see, but he's definitely gonna have to play a major role in terms of helping out Tariq. It'd be funny to see Tate and Noma in the same room. I'll do that right now.
Yeah, hopefully Tate returns in the second half of the season.
No, he's
Rashad.
not hopes. He's got to. He's real. He will.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We haven't seen him yet.
Why do you say like that though?
Because I thought we'd have seen him by now. He's
But-
usually a series regular, you know?
Have faith.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I gotta see it to believe it.
Shit, I'll believe it like that. But that pretty much pretty much concludes it straight up. I mean, Diana's not gonna hang out with Tariq because he's still in the game. Tariq and Braden are ready to level the fuck up. And at this point, you know, Carter's got Monet not blackmailed because he's not forcing her to sell drugs, but he's
Under his thumb.
yeah, he's just under his thumb kind of thing. So it's like we'll kind of see whatever dynamics they got going on. Like you said, you know, we hope to get Rashad Tate, you know, in the second half. Simon Stern, Stephen Ott, hell, bring Riley back into the mix. Fuck it. You know what I mean? Bring just have a little round out series finale type thing. You know what I mean? Bring everyone back in.
I don't know how much they could. I don't know how much of that we'll see in 5 episodes. Hopefully, we see a lot of that.
You know that thing they do on Saturday Night Live where the whole cast comes out, they used to do back in the day, and then everyone just starts coming and clapping together. You know what I mean? Bow together, like the whole cast.
Yeah.
The whole cast is like 20, 30 people. What if they do that in the last episode, the last scene?
No, that would be crazy. I mean, it'll make sense.
That'd be corny as fuck. No, but yeah, overall though, great episode, great finale somewhat, but just now we gotta wait, nigga.
2 months, you know, that was the end of season. That was the end of part 1, season 4. You know, part 2, September 6th. You know, I feel like, you know, part 2 is going to be more explosive. It's going to be, I feel like the series is of book 2. I feel like it's going to end with a bang.
It's going to be
this first half was just a filler. You know, this second half is going to be crazy, I feel like.
This is going to be the real deal, you're saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And then we're going to see, you know, how it's going to end. And it's pretty much going to set up what's going to be next for these characters.
Well, shit. I mean, that about wraps it up then. Yeah, I mean, now we just got to wait for more to come. Of course, there will be in between the wait here, the Power Book 2 discussions, Power Hours, I guess you could say again, because those will be back. But then also more discussions, definitely up to come soon, will be the next topic of choice. And my favorite, because I just recently finished, The Wire. That's right. We will be discussing The Wire in full length. Every detail down to the bone.
Yeah, The Wire is one of the greatest shows I've ever seen. Man, it's definitely a lot of details to talk about when you talk about The Wire.
Nah, and that's why with The Wire, you know, we can't just like go, you know, season for season, episode for episode. There are podcast, there are videos, stuff out there talking about all of that. So we're just gonna, you know what I mean, do other stuff and deep dive into everything The Wire related. So be prepared to just be caught on The Wire, in The Wire, wire. Do you got anything else to add?
Nope. Just getting ready for The Wire and getting ready for season 4, part 2 in September 6th.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll take your corners and wait for us there because, of course, we will pull up with some more Wire chat and more Power Hour discussions to come on the spot. I'm one of your hosts, Yeezy Yon, and got their host here, Ed Mighty Young. We out.
Yep. Peace.
Yeet.